Hi everyone, welcome back in my channel Medical Device Update and my name is Shazia. So we have already covered two sessions for MDSAP and today I would like to discuss some remaining topic related to the MDSAP like standard and applicable MDSAP material from the website, MDSAP companion document and MDSAP audit approach. So MDSAP audit approach, that is a newly released guideline in which they combine the former MDSAP audit model and process companion document into a single document. Third, we will discuss about the chapters and tasks of the companion document and MDSAP audit approach. Fourth, we will discuss regarding the summary of MDSAP task, and fifth, we will discuss about the MDSAP audit cycle. So first, we can start with the applicable MDSAP material from the website. So first applicable standard is the ISO 13485-2016, that is for the QMS standard. Second is the companion document and MDSAP audit approach document, that are very important document for the MDSAP in which you will get all the details of applicable standards, and that is a freely available on the US FDA site. Third is the 21 CFR 820, that is also applicable for the US FDA and freely available on the US FDA site. Fourth is the MHL WMO 169, that is applicable for Japan. Fifth is CMDR SOR 98-282, that is applicable for Canada. Sixth is ANVISA 16-2013, that is for Brazil. And the seventh is TGMDR 2002 for the Australia. This all are the 7 major standard and the guideline which is required for the MDSAP. Next we will discuss about the MDSAP companion document and MDSAP audit approach. So this document is very important for the MDSAP. Most of the people are not aware that how to understand and implement this document, as this is a huge guideline, so you need to understand very carefully. I will explain you by taking an example of the companion document chapter and task. So in the companion document or in the MDSAP audit approach, there is a 7th chapter. First is the management, second is the device marketing authorization and the facility registration, third is measurement analysis and the improvement, fourth is the medical device events and advisory notice reporting, fifth is the design and development, sixth is the production and service control, and the seventh and last is the purchasing. And each chapters have their own task. For example, if you will open the chapter number 1, so you can see here in this slide, that is a chapter number 1, you will get the 11 tasks. So you need to go one by one and you have to check with every task, is there any additional requirement or not. In this slide you can see that is the chapter number 1 and the task number 1. So you can see here that is my chapter number, this is my chapter number 1, this is my task number 1, and there is a no additional requirement. So you can see here. But if you will go in the task number 5, you can see there is an additional requirement from the Australia as well as in the Canada. So you can see here that is my chapter number 1, my task number 5. There is a one requirement from Australia and the second requirement from the Canada. So and I will explain you by taking the one more example, and that is my chapter number 2, task number 3. So you can see here again that is my chapter number 2 and the task number that is my chapter number 2, task number 3. There is a requirement from Australia, there is a requirement from the Brazil, there is a requirement from the Canada, there is a requirement for the Japan also. So in this chapter almost every country have their additional requirement. So this is the very simple way. Every chapter have their own task and every task they have explained is there any additional requirement or not. If there is any country wise additional requirement, then they are clearly mentioned what is the additional requirement. So that is a very simple way, and through which you can easily understand the country wise requirement and country wise additional requirement for the. So next we will discuss about the summary of MDSAP tasks. In chapter 1 there is a 11 tasks, in chapter 2 there is a 3 tasks, in chapter 3 having the 16 tasks, in chapter 4 having the only 2 tasks, in chapter 5 having 17 tasks, in chapter 6 that is the production and service control having the 29 tasks, and in the purchasing having the 12 tasks. So you need to be more focused on the additional requirement, additional country wise requirement for the every task. Next we will discuss about the audit cycle. Audit cycle of MD SAP is a very simple. First is initial audit, in which mostly notified what is done in the two stage, that is the stage 1 and stage 2. So that is a 3 years of the audit cycle. In first and the second year is a surveillance audit, and the third year is a recertification audit. One good point in the MD SAP, they have the fixed NC grading system. Every NC related to the ISO clause 4.1 to 6.3, ISO 13485 clause number 4.1 to 6.3 mark as a 1 NC. In case of repetition, mark as a 2. Clause related to 6.4 to 8.5 lead to be number 3, and in case of repetition that lead to the 4. And there is a one more rule, that is the acceleration rule. Direct and indirect score may be increased by +1 also for the absence of a document process, and +1 again for the release of a non-conformity medical device. So that is all about the grading system of the MD SAP. So it's all about the MD SAP, and thank you so much for the watching this video. If you have any query or any confusion related to the MD SAP, please put your comment in the comment section. I will try to address your comment. Okay, thank you so much.